Untitled Gore Project. Chapter 1. The First Chapter. By Crandall. Forests have secrets, as people do. Every tree, every blade of grass, every hidden stream has an individual history, a path from then till now. These interwoven paths culminate in the diverse and magical woods. But what is unseen, trapped between the layers of entwined generational growth, can be powerful, necessary, and dangerous. Deep in standby forest, at the end of a path only those who know can follow, was a large, round, fetid bog. The odd smells it emitted were detectable only to those close enough to see their reflection in the putrid, oily surface. At certain times of the year, the bog gurgled and squeaked. Bubbles rose and erupted, coating the moss-covered peat dotted throughout with greasy, unnatural liquids. At these times there was a perceptible shift in the viscous liquid, an ebb and flow that hypnotized and made the watcher quiver deep in their bowels. From the time when humans first discovered this bog and learned the hard way its secrets, there had always been people who tended to it in the exact way that it desires. This cultivation was as natural and vital as a flower tilting its leaves to catch the sun, or the myriad animals and insects that, piece by piece, devour a rotting corpse on the moist and shadowy forest floor. On the edge of the forest, a village of only a few families congealed. Times changed around them as they did their ancient and integral work. Eventually, the families dwindled, and the rough buildings of the encampment were abandoned until there was only one family left. Being the last, they were trapped there, and being trapped, they endeavored to make their home the biggest and best they could, as it was their cage. So, at the end of a muddy and rutted dirt road, a large white mansion loomed. It gleamed in the early summer afternoon sun, the forest framing it, and by simple contrast, making it seem even more bright and inviting. Morning Star Rehab blazed in gold above the door. The facility was quiet and clean, empty of anyone but the staff, who were busy in last-minute preparation for the next busload of clients who were arriving the next day. A young woman, a servant named Fiona, cowered in a cupboard. She could not stop the tears from streaming down her cheeks, but did her best to stifle any sobbing. She sat curled in a ball, her grimy hands grasping her muddy and grazed ankles. The stench from her clothes and body choked her in the heat and closeness inside the cupboard. Her legs started to lock up after so many hours of hard work and shuttling heavy loads back and forth. She squeezed her eyes closed, but she could not stop seeing the oozing, sloshing, molded, crusty. Suddenly, the cupboard door popped open. "There you are!" A middle-aged woman named Elsie, similarly filthy, violently whispered, "Get the
Flight.
out of there!" Elsie grabbed Fiona's arm and started pulling her out. Fiona let out a little cry of distress, and Elsie delivered a stinging slap to her cheek. Both women paused, silent, and listened. After a few moments, Elsie said, still whispering, "Shut the
Free.
up. You know Madam is conjuring," Fiona said meekly. "Preparing," Elsie corrected, "and she's depending on us to get things ready. Come out now." Elsie used both hands and grabbed at Fiona's limbs. As fast as Elsie could pull, Fiona pulled back, squished herself deeper into the cupboard. Fiona started pinching Elsie's hands and arms, and Elsie released her and sat back on the floor. Dried layers of mud and blood and bog and sludge flaked off. "Fiona," she said, her tone much calmer and kinder, "I know this is hard work. I'm doing it too. But the guests will be here in one day. We need to do one last thing. No, one last thing, and then we can be clean again." Fiona wiped the last tears from her face and saw in Elsie's eyes determination and sympathy. "But why do we have to do this? Why does it have to be so horrible?" Fiona asked. Elsie gently took Fiona's hands and sighed again. Honey, she said, we are the last of the line. We are chosen by God to do this work. Fiona smirked and rolled her eyes at the mention of God. Elsie continued. Nevertheless, this is our vocation. No matter how hard or disgusting or how many screaming nightmares it creates in our imperfect human minds, this is Madam, this is me, and this is you. Understand? I understand, Fiona whispered. I don't think I can do this. I won't do this anymore. Elsie squeezed Fiona's hands tightly and yanked her hard toward her. Fiona jerked out of the cupboard, caught off guard, and her face hit the floor with a bang. Hello, bonjour. I'm Crandall. Welcome to the podcast that answers the question, if a million monkeys typing will write Shakespeare, what can a few dozen monkeys do? Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I had to write that. And it was brutal. No, it was fun. But like I said I was going to do, I kind of left it at 1.5 draft. So it's fine. All right, together we will write and illustrate an up to 10,000 word story. So I am asking you to come on, right on. We will do a brainstorm. We'll give you ideas. We'll tell you the beats. All you have to do is put your little fingies on your keyboard and get to tippity typing. Send it in. SpookyRoomProductions.com. You'll find the form there. You don't need to sign up for anything. You do not need to give me your email. You will not get paid. I think that's a pretty good trade right there. But if you write the chapter that I'm requesting this week, 3 weeks, fortnight plus, and you follow the rules, because, of course, there has to be rules because this has to go out into the world. So, there is some decorum. It's fine.
Fist.
Sorry, guys. All right. Well, last time when we were doing this, I had to do all the roles. I had to find out from masterclass.com. Film genres, subgenres, tips and tricks. Then we, of course, came across our good friend and guru, T.L. Bodine, who gave us the 15 beats for this horror gore story. Oh, did I mention it was a horror gore story? That's what we rolled. Thank you, Die Tower.
Die Tower.
So the 1.5 beats that I had to write this episode, I guess, were number 1, the world is not what it seems, and number 2, half of putting the players in action. Thank you, T.L. Bodine. He'll be linked everywhere, or they will. I'm not sure if it's male or female or whatnot. So for this next chapter that I'm requesting that you write, so I don't have to. Oh, I guess it wouldn't be me this time, actually. I'll give it to a friend to write. I wonder who that friend will be. Oh, who knows? Mystery. Anyway, you can do it. So this time we will be finishing up the second half of putting the players in action, and then we'll hit the third beat, setting them on the path. What the hell does that mean? You know what? Oh, do you hear that? Sounds like a brainstorm. We're going to have to go through the Spooky Room Productions secret bookcase passageway. I can never say that. You're going to have to go through that goddamn passageway into the Spooky Room Productions lounge, where hopefully someone will be there to brainstorm with us. So let's just stop around. Let's go do this. and look who's here in the Spooky Room Productions Lounge. It's Ripley. Ripley, I'm so glad you're here for this brainstorm.
Yes, I moved 4 feet from there to here.
Oh, it smells. Have you been making s'mores in the fireplace? It smells like someone's just been vaping in here.
No, that's human flesh.
Oh.
Human flesh.
Oh, it's really spooky here at Spooky Room Productions Lounge. All right, so let me just let you know what's going on, Rip, and then we can have a brainstorm. So the people decided it was best if I wrote the first part by not submitting anything. Which I guess is not be expected since it was the first episode. But the point is, you've read the thing.
Fantastic.
Great. So now the next part, which you may have to write. So you should really pay attention to this brainstorm.
Well, you know, I've written a few things before.
I've heard that.
Yes, a new book coming out soon from Spooky Room Productions on Drive Thru RPG. Concordia solo book. End of plug.
Oh. I can't wait to pick it up personally. I have to buy my
I think
copy.
I would be on this operation if I didn't get to plug my books.
I am not. Hey, I'm part of the Spooky Room Productions team, so I support you. But not only because I'm contractually obligated, but also because I fully believe in the project. I covered Beat 1, which is The World Is Not What It Seems. And then I also wrote some of Beat 2, putting the players in action. So the next part would be the second half of putting the players in action, and then which says you introduce the important characters and the primary internal conflict, which I guess I did with the servants, that there's a little bit of, you get a little idea of some internal conflict there, I guess. And then we go on to
literal conflict.
Beat 3, which will wholly be your problem, or I don't know, a listener who submits. They
Help
can
me.
all submit that. But it's called Setting Them on the Path. The characters make a choice that inadvertently isolates them or places them on a collision course with the monster. So,
oh yes.
let's start with putting the players in action. Now, let's brainstorm about where the story could go from where I left it, which is with the servants. What do you think?
Well, I think obviously the next part is the people show up that they were discussing.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
And like, the campers coming next day. We gotta
Campers.
And then
The thing is, okay, I'm sorry, but last brainstorm, we did say it was going to be a rehab for business ladies who molested people.
yeah.
But I did not specifically say that in the first part, so if you wanted to change what kind of rehab, because the word rehab was used, but I didn't say what kind, so that's also up to any of you, or
Yes.
to you, Rip. But anyway, go ahead, sorry. So the people come, the rehabbers, and
then it's the start there.
we learn about
We're gonna meet
them.
some of the staff that come with them, and the people show up, and we'll meet some of those wacky characters. Oh my.
Well, you have 333 words with which to do that.
It's gonna be a list of names. 300 words worth of names.
That's it.
It's gonna be perfect.
You know what? I have no choice, because that's the point of this podcast, is that whoever writes in whatever skill level you're at.
And if you don't write in, you're going to get 300 names, and we will read it out, and that's going to be the episode.
Yeah,
so
I have to read it out.
it's
so
up to you. And if you want more of my books to come out, I can't be writing this all the time, so you better write.
That's true. It's
Yeah.
better if we have audience participation. But anyway, so
what's the beat after that?
the beat after that is Beat 3, Setting Them on the Path, which is 666 words max, and says the characters make a choice that inadvertently isolates them or places them on a collision course with the monster. Now, they're already kind of isolated. That's so that part. So maybe the point is that they make a choice.
They have to make a choice. If you don't make a choice, then it's the world is being inflicted on you.
Yeah.
Then
It's
it's
not
like a
as
natural
fun.
disaster movie if you don't make the choice. If you make the choice, then it's a horror story.
Yeah. So, you're right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why you're here, Rip. You
Yes.
are the spooky expert.
You must always make a choice that puts you in the perilous situation.
There's a tip for all y'all out there, horror writers.
Yeah, you got to open the book and read the spell. You got to do the thing.
Okay.
The whole first part of, it's a cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
The gods demand it because of narrative.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a free will situation.
Yeah.
That is important.
Oh, should I have a harbinger on the way?
I would say yes, but beat 4 is the warning.
Oh,
The
okay.
characters
there's the
are given an
harbinger.
opportunity to turn back, but choose not to.
Really? Oh. Comes
which-
after they make the choice.
Well, I guess they make a choice and then they.
Oh, they don't make the final choice. They choose to go to the place, and then they could turn back at some point.
That's not going to be 666 words.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
This is the harder one.
This is the hard. Well, we have introduction, and then we have making a choice, but the choice isn't to stay. We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, it doesn't have to be 666 words. I mean, the thing I wrote was, I think, 840 words altogether, and I didn't really delineate which part had how many words, I was just trying to hit them beats.
And that was 1.5 beats, right?
It was
2
1.5
on the
beats.
first two.
Everyone does 1.5 beats on every time, just because for numbers I was trying to get to 10,000 words, 1,000 word segments. There are 15 beats, and so it worked out in this way.
And so after I finish this one, it'll be we'll give them the next beat to work on. Yeah, I think a bus full of people, and they're going to show up at the place, and
Yes.
the people will be missing, I think.
The people will be missing.
Yeah, the two.
Oh, the people we've already.
Yes, were they servants or
Yeah,
something?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
As well as the whoever that mistress is or whatever, they'll all be
Yes,
missing.
madam.
Yes, the madam.
I don't like naming things, so I just called her madam. I figured it's open; people could run with it,
You don't need to name them until they say, "My name is," and then you stare at the page for a couple of hours, and then you go to one of your name books and you pick one out.
No, or you just go to fantasy name generator, madam name generator. I'm sure there's one online, just literally for madams.
Just Google madam and see what comes up.
No, don't. Well, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the choice, I guess, that they make is that they come, maybe they have to give up their phones right away in a phone bowl or something, and I don't know. The problem is, of course, is that we don't know the nature of the monster. If we knew who the monster really was, we could more easily tailor the choice that's about to happen to the monster. Do you know what I mean?
It's fine.
It's
fine. It's
fine?
going to be great.
So the whole thing is just going to be basically the introduction. I mean, you could write up to 1,000 words about a handful of people coming to the rehab
Yes.
and
How
exploring.
many do you think
just
is
who they
ideal?
are.
5 people?
I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah, probably 4 or 5. You don't want
5.
too many. So
Like
I
5
guess,
people, a couple counselors.
Yeah. So I guess the setting them on the path.
Because the counselors have to arrive with the rehab people, because otherwise they would be part of the plot that was occurring in the original chapter.
Yeah, and that's
So the
just going
counselors
to be
can't know what's up.
the kind of the family
Yeah.
that tends to the bog monster.
Yeah, none of the family members are on the bus.
No,
They
because
would
they're
be-
trapped.
Yeah, exactly. They're the caretakers of the place where the retreat happens. They aren't part of the retreat.
Yes.
Yeah.
But maybe they have to act like they are or something. Maybe they have a plant. Maybe there's another part of the family that infiltrates.
No.
Secret.
Oh.
We don't even know. That person is on the bus.
Like
And
maybe
they
it's
just
whittled
come
down
in
to
with
one
everyone else?
family, but other people left, but they can come back and be like, we're going to stop this bog monster. That's why we left.
I know.
The bog monster, we hates it. Hate the bog monster.
I guess. I mean, I don't know. Again.
But you'll ignore us because we're ignorant hill people. We're the harbingers.
Do you think the bog monster has any kind of special feeling toward the families that took care of it?
Well, if there is a bog monster.
Or whatever. I just, obviously I had no idea what
No,
I'm
it's
doing.
a monster, you see.
I don't write horror.
Yeah, it's just like, you must tend to me. And maybe it has psychic powers to make them tend to it anyway.
Oh. See, these are all options, people. Is any of this
Options.
getting your juices flowing? You getting all
Your
juicy out
bog
there?
juices. You
Do,
getting
do
boggy.
we make you juicy?
Do we make your pants boggy?
God.
You got a boggy bottom?
Oh my God.
What? The Boggy Bottom Band.
Write in and tell us in comments below. Did we? Does Ripley give you a boggy bottom? No, thank you.
So yeah, that's what I think is going to happen.
Okay.
What kind of people should we have? Are we going to have some archetypes?
Are we going? Yeah. Oh, that'd be the easiest thing.
You know, the A level is going to try to take over, and then the second A level, it's just like, I'm going to be constantly warring with the other A level of Queen of the Bitches.
Okay, is it still a rehab for molesting business ladies?
Well, yeah, of course.
Okay.
Never backwards, always forward.
That's supposed, because that's the point, isn't it? Is that we're kind of being really free with it and not worrying too much about details or if things make sense all the time.
No, none of you people should worry.
We're just having fun.
Just bang it out.
And you don't have to use your real name. Whatever name you tell me to say, I'll credit that.
That's what you get.
So if you're like, because trust me, with this fucking thing I just put out, I'm not proud of that. But because it's 1.5 draft, it's kind of humiliating.
That's the important thing.
It does a thing, right? And that's the point. And stretching my own.
You know what this is? It's content, damn it. You're making content. You're a content creator.
Are you too good to make content for your favorite boggy bottomed podcaster / horror expert / game creator?
No, I don't know.
What is your title?
You're all content creators.
What
Come
is
on.
your title in the Spooky Room Productions hierarchy?
I'm your god. I created you in a beaker.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I have to go with that, Virginia Woolf style. I was not
Yeah.
created in a beaker, and you own me. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay, you don't want to break the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's right. He's dead.
He's dead.
He died.
What? Who? I'm scared.
You remember the son in Virginia Woolf? Who's afraid of Virginia
Oh,
Woolf?
yeah.
Oh, and you have to have one girl who's there, and she got HR'd for it.
Yeah.
But she didn't do it. Yeah, you got to have at least one of those.
Is she really
pure innocent?
Is she really meek?
Yeah.
Or is she
the
like
meek one?
Maybe she's like a hard ass,
Mm.
but she's actually innocent.
Oh yeah.
How would that come?
That could go too.
Well.
Mm-hmm. Who else?
Well, we got the strong, we got the big,
Mm-hmm.
we got the big and the little. I'm just trying to figure if we can throw a couple of dynamics in there. So big meaning like a person who's at a big company and someone who's at a small company.
Yeah.
It's kind of boring. No, I
Mhm.
don't like that. I don't know.
That's what Brainstorm's all about.
What do you
There's
think?
no bad ideas.
What do you think, buddy?
Am I buddy?
No one else is in the lounge right now. Wait, is someone else in the lounge?
I don't know what
I'm
the
gonna
fish's
check
name
behind
is.
the chair. I'm gonna
Who's
check
the fish? What's his name?
Who is in here?
We named the fish?
Hello? No one's here.
Maybe the fish is named Buddy.
The fish that's party fish.
Oh yeah, he's just party fish.
For parties.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Oh, party girl. You gotta have one that's a wild partier.
Okay. Yeah.
You need one more, and
Like an artist type.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe. And maybe she works hard and she plays hard.
That's what I mean. Well, the artist type could be a different person.
Yeah.
Who's like real, like I'm a crystal mommy, like that kind of girl.
Oh, what?
Those ladies who were really into crystals and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are
Like those kind of
Are
girls.
they known for sexual harassment at work?
I mean, that it could be funny.
All right.
Or you know what? How about this? How about you open your mind
Okay. All
to
right.
the real range of people
you know
and
what?
challenge your preconceived
The
notions
range of people
who
who can
will
believe in
molest.
crystals is it's wide. All right.
Yeah,
You can believe in
just-
crystals and sexually harass people.
Exactly.
As well.
So yeah, you talk to your coffee in the morning,
Yeah.
or whatever. You're an idiot. But I'm so sorry if you're a crystal mommy out there. I was just joking.
They talk to their
I
coffee.
don't think you're an idiot. I just saw a TikTok of an idiot being like, "Hey, coffee, I'm so glad thankful for your beans in you." No. I'm like, what the fuck?
Does it make the coffee better?
I don't know.
Or-
I think she's so afraid. She must be so afraid
No, you know
of
what? It's
a bad
content.
mojo or something.
No, it's all content, man.
It could just be.
We're making content. That's what it's all
Fucking
about.
content.
It's fucking content,
You know
man.
what? I want-
TikTok is endless. It's unfillable. You need to fill it up.
That's true.
Mhm.
That's fucking true.
People are moving on to the next one. You need more content. More content. Where's your TikTok?
Why would you talk to your coffee?
Mm.
That'll get 1 million views.
Yeah.
Apparently on TikTok it's really...
Well, you're talking about it right now. So
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so do you think
That's all I got for archetype
Yeah.
right now. How about some staff?
Okay, so we have the I I established the mom and the daughter. I
Mhm.
assume they're mom and daughter. I don't know why. I didn't really spell that out, but I think they're just I don't know. I think they're mom and daughter.
I thought it was like, irritated aunt and a
Yeah,
niece.
it could definitely
Could be that as
It
well.
could be aunt and niece, aunt and niece, for sure. But hey, I get it. It doesn't matter. I'm done with looking at that. I have nothing to read off it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It could be aunt and niece for sure. I didn't spell it out, so that's up to you.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and go to spookyroomproductions.com.
So
Go
the staff
to
members
my-
would both be ladies as well, right?
They don't have to be.
They'd be men.
They
Telling
could
ladies
be.
about sexual harassment. How about a man and a woman and their husband and wife couple?
Are they young and beautiful, or are they old?
No. I want them to be like 55, 60.
Okay,
Yeah, that's how I want it.
sure.
And they're life coaches as well. That's
Good.
their side hustle. They do this. They do life coaching.
Did they come in a fancy car? Or did they come on the bus?
They come on the bus
Oh.
because they have special team building exercises that they do on
Oh,
the bus
how
on the
fun.
way there.
I guess that we have to have some characters that are into it and some characters that are like, this is some
Yeah.
bullshit.
I will do whatever it takes to get through this, get my sheet of paper, and then get back to work.
Yes.
So just like, yes, I love this exercise. It's wonderful. I'm going to do it. This is great.
Yes.
And then other people are like, oh, fine. Go through the motions, whatever. Just, that's what we'll flesh them out. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess, yeah.
And
Yeah.
I feel like the couple is also entirely loveless.
Oh, that's sad. Why?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Just
Why?
because it'd be, just a character trait.
Well, if you disagree with what Rip's saying, you can write them to be the
Maybe they could have,
horniest
like,
couple.
if one of them gets killed, great joy on their face. Be like,
Oh,
no. Free.
Okay, that would be because I suppose, and then it'd be kind of fun to write some like nasty banter
Yeah.
between the two of them.
Like the man married the wife because she had money, and
Like
then he
some
frittered it all away on
passive-aggressive.
his bullshit schemes, and yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah.
Like lost it all on a tomato farm or something.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you think everyone eats tomatoes,
Yeah, but the farm didn't exist.
What?
Yeah, he just gave it to some shifty layabout,
Oh no.
and he took off with the money, and that was the end of the tomato farm dreams.
I hope the tomato farm. I was gonna say features, but I don't know how much it could.
doesn't
because we're talking
exist.
about forest bog people.
The tomato farm doesn't exist.
Oh,
it was
that's
a
right.
scam.
Yeah, I was fooled twice.
You were fooled twice by the
Oh my
scam.
God.
I have a tomato farm to sell you right now.
No.
And it's amazing. Everyone wants tomatoes, and you see the vegetable
Oh my
prices down. All profits. Amazing.
All right. Yeah, we'll talk about this off air.
And that can be little things. She's like, oh, it's just like the tomato farm. And he's like, never let me live it down, the tomato farm.
Okay, I'm
See,
looking
this just-
forward to
the
meeting
story
these
writes
people.
itself, really.
Exactly. We're
Mhm.
making it so easy. We're all just having fun, and I'm giving you the beats. And,
Yeah.
and this is what the Brainstorm's all about, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty stormy out there today.
Oh, that was a big one. Oh, my.
Are you satisfied?
I'm very satisfied.
Okay, well, thanks so much, Rip, for... Oh, okay. Thanks so much, Rip, for joining me today for this Brainstorm in the Spooky Room Productions Lounge.
Goodbye, Granda.
Are you going to hang out in the lounge after I'm gone, or...?
I'm going to kill 4 beers.
That's kind of what the lounge is for, to be honest.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to creep back through the secret door and back into the Spooky Room Production Studio. Bye, Rip.
Bye, Grando. Bye, everybody.
Wow. What an amazing, super duper amazing brainstorm that was. And I, for one, am completely inspired. I'm sure you feel the same. Okay, last time when I was going over the rules and regs, I felt like it went on way too long. So I've given myself a challenge today to do every rule and regulation, but each of them I only have 10 seconds to explain. So there's 8 rules, I believe, and 10 seconds each. No
Flight.
fucking problem. No problem. Rules and regs. Rule 1. Every podcast, I will explain the beat. Well, there will be a brainstorm. Usually I explain the beat in the brainstorm. But you don't have to follow the brainstorm, of course. Oh, and that's 10 seconds. Okay. Rule 2. Each chapter is 1,000 word limit. So with 10 chapters, that's 1.5 beats per chapter. So it's 666 words for one beat and 330. Oh, and that's 10 seconds. Rule number 3. Any form is fine. A haiku, a screenplay, prose. You can stay in your comfort zone or you can experiment as much as you like. This is a fun time. Oh, and there we go. All right. Rule 4. We're going to keep things R. How much detail do we need in the sex and the violence? If you find yourself describing genitals during a sex scene, it's too much. Oh, that's 10 seconds. All right. Rule 5. I won't edit. I'm just going to read it exactly as you give it to me with grammar, spelling, punctuation. It can be as rough as you want. You can be as nice as you want. It's up to you. Oh, okay. And rule 6. Research is optional. You can bullshit if you want. You can research if you want. Whatever you write, if it fulfills the beats, it will become the truth in the story. Oh, I got that one. Okay, rule number 7, the tombola. So a random draw of qualified entries. I will read it on the podcast and it will be forever part of the story. And if no one qualifies, then I'll do it or a friend will do it and there we go. And rule number 8, how to submit. Go to spookyroomproductions.com. Go to the, few dozen monkeys page, I think. You'll find it. You know how websites work. So you can, there we go. Editing Crandall here. I forgot to explain the illustrated part of this illustrated podcast. And if you have checked that out on my YouTube page, Crandall Monk, you'll see that I illustrated this last episode, and I cannot paint. So if you want to laugh at some bad paintings, please check out Crandall Monk on YouTube and check out those illustrated podcasts. So I'll just do it here. Do I have 10 seconds? Sure. Okay. All right. So if you want to contribute to the illustrated part of the illustrated podcast, there is a form on spookyroomproductions.com. Go check it out. JPEGs, I think, are the best because they're small, right? I don't know anything about computers. Okay, 10 seconds. Thank you. Back to the show. All right, so there's a general idea of the rules. If you need more specifics than that, and who would, they will all be also on spookyroomproductions.com. Go check it out. Go have a good time. Throw caution to the wind, baby. This is your day to shine. Did that rhyme? I don't know. Okay. But before I go, here is an author quote. According to Margaret Atwood, pay attention to your posture. Keyboarding is hard on the neck and the back. You don't notice it so much when you're young, but it will catch up to you. It's hard to write when you're in agonizing pain. So, back exercises. Get enough exercise. Walk around. Wow. Thank you, Ms. Atwood. I think that's exactly what we all needed to hear. Now I know you're ready to go. Watch your posture, baby. I keep saying baby today. I don't know why. So last time I did give you guys the full 2 weeks. But I found that I could actually use an extra day or two. So I think we'll just split the 3 weeks because this isn't every 3 weeks podcast. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on all this good fun stuff. So, if we split it, how about this? All entries, all submissions must be submitted by midnight Atlantic time on May 22nd. And the next episode, which may feature your chapter if you submit and follow the rules, will be on June 1st. All right. Get them chapters in by the 22nd of May, 2024. Look forward to June 1st, where we come back and maybe read your chapter and be part of history. Because we all know this podcast is a rocket ship to the moon, the stars, and that's great. And remember, everyone, it is better to finish something than to give up on everything. You know what I mean, baby. Let's go.